Mississippi looks just like a cracked and broken road. The catfish bones are bleaching in the heat. Lord, the river looks just like a cracked and broken road, with the catfish bones just bleaching in the heat. The paddle boats are resting in the mud, a heavy, dry, and absolute defeat. We built the levees high to keep the angry water down. Now we're praying for a single drop of rain. Yes, we built the levees just to keep the water down. And now we're begging for a single drop of rain. The cotton fields are turning into ash, a harvest made of misery and pain. The preacher says it's judgment for the wicked things we've done. I think the sky just simply ceased to care. The preacher screams it's judgment for the things we've done, but I know the sky just simply ceased to care. The riverbed is just a massive grave, without a single flower growing there. So pack the wagon, leave the heavy wooden door unlocked. The ghosts can have the house and all the dust. Pack the wagon, leave the heavy wooden door unlocked. The thirsty ghosts can inherit all the dust. We're walking westward, following the wind, with nothing left but sorrow and the rust. a venom that is masked by the illusion of the class. You smile across the table in the dimness of the room, inviting me to step inside a velvet-covered tomb. I know the way the story ends. I memorized the script, the poison on the edges of the promises you slipped. I feel the warning burning in the back of my own throat, a sinking man who desperately is trying just to float. The moth is always drawn into the kerosene, the most destructive lover that the night has ever seen. The flame is mesmerizing, it is elegant and warm, the peaceful devastation at the center of the storm. I fly into the fire with my eyes completely wide, erasing all the logic and the remnants of my pride. You burn my very wings and leave me crawling on the floor, and tomorrow I'll be knocking at your heavy wooden door. Smoke is hanging heavy from the ceiling of the bar, a perfect representation of exactly what we are. A momentary pleasure that dissolves into the grave, a habit that the sunlight will immediately betray. Your fingers trace the collar of my heavy winter coat, a lovely executioner preparing for the throat. I feel the warning burning in the back of my own throat, a sinking man who desperately is trying just to float. The moth is always drawn into the kerosene, the most destructive lover that the night has ever seen. The flame is mesmerizing, it is elegant and warm, the peaceful devastation at the center of the storm. I fly into the fire with my eyes completely wide, erasing all the logic and the remnants carved the belly of the ancient stone. The foreman promised us a silver wage if we would leave the mountain skin and bone. The air grew heavy with the taste of rust, and every shadow had a hungry tone. The timber cracked beneath the heavy roof, a warning whispered by the very earth. We traded daylight for the lantern's glow, and measured men by what their sweat was worth. A mile beneath the grass and weeping trees, a quiet graveyard waiting for its birth. The hollow mountain swallows up the sun, a dark cathedral where the work is done. We pull the copper from the bleeding vein and wash the prophet in the heavy rain. The masters sleep upon a feather bed while we are breathing in the heavy lead. You cannot buy forgiveness with the ore, and nature finally settles up the score. Stopped singing in the cage. The silence felt like water in the dark. A sudden rumble shook the iron rails, extinguishing the solitary spark. We chased the silver till the walls caved in and left us buried with a blackened mark. Swallows up the sun, a dark cathedral where the work is done. We pull the copper from the bleeding vein and wash the prophet in the heavy rain. The masters sleep upon a feather bed while we are breathing in the heavy lead. You cannot buy forgiveness with the ore, and nature finally settles up the score. Settles up the score. Buried in the stone. Poster flutters on the post. My face is drawn in charcoal, hard and cold. I shot the sheriff by the county line before I even turned 30 years old. The sheriff was a wicked, heavy man, But murder is a story quickly told. I rode across the canyon in the dark, the stallion breathing heavy in the chill. I wiped the rifle barrel on my coat and watched the posse gather on the hill. You shoot a man to save your own sad life, but blood is something time can never spill. The hangman's shadow stretches out for miles, defeating all the distance I have run. The rope is braided with my own mistakes and drying slowly in the desert sun. I feel the noose around my sweaty neck long before the running is quite done. A fugitive from justice and the Lord, with nothing but a Bible and a gun. Circle patient in the blue. They know the desert always claims its prize. The water canteen emptied yesterday. The fever starts to blur my burning eyes. The lawmen won't be needed anymore. Wasteland is the ultimate disguise. The hangman's shadow stretches out for miles, defeating all the distance I have run. The rope is braided with my own mistakes and drying slowly in the desert sun. I feel the noose around my sweaty neck long before the running is quite done. A fugitive from justice and the Lord, with nothing but a Bible and a gun. high upon the wooden lighthouse stair. I watch the gray waves batter in the rocks. The salt is settling heavy in my hair. The captain said they'd make it back by June, but autumn brings a freezing empty air. The ocean is a jealous, hungry thief that swallows up the lovers and the sons. It takes the iron vessels to the deep, discarding all the promises and guns. I saw the heavy canvas in the dark, imagining the way the current runs. It's black for several weeks. They threw the floral wreaths into the foam. The women tell me I should sleep at last and let the wandering spirits find their home. I am married to the shifting tide. Beneath the terrifying coastal dome, the widow's watch is built of stubborn hope. Solitary vigil in the black. The ocean floor is paved with heavy gold, but it will never give my sailor back. I scream into the thunder and the gale as memories begin to slowly crack. A ghost ship on the water of my mind, adrift upon a devastating track, never giving back. Just the ocean. father fought the neighbors for a piece of bottom land. He settled up the argument with a rifle in his hand. The judge was bought with whiskey and the jury was asleep. So the secret of the murder was incredibly cheap. But the soil drank the blood and it turned a bitter red, and the poison of the action started spreading from the dead. The crops began to wither and the livestock started blind. A generational curse that left no sanity behind. The sons of the murdered man grew up heavy, tall and mean, the most dedicated rivals that the county ever seen. They burned the wooden silo on a Tuesday in July. We watched the roaring inferno reaching up into the sky. My brother took a shotgun and he walked into the pines, crossing over all the county and the moralistic lines. He didn't make it back for supper, hasn't made it back at all. Another tragic painting hanging on the family wall. Now I am sitting on the porch with a heavy iron gauge, the last surviving victim of a terrifying rage. The property is worthless, just a swamp of grief and mud. But honor in the South is always measured out in blood. I hear the footsteps crunching on the gravel by the gate, the final confrontation that was written by the fate. We kill each other fiercely for a land we couldn't save. A violent transition from the cradle to the grave, blood in the clay. Down to the grave. doesn't howl, it scrapes. It takes a little piece of the mountain every 1,000 years, and a little piece of you every afternoon. I look at my hands and see the geography of a hard life. The skin is like parchment, written with the ink of failure. We stayed here thinking the rain would come back, but the sky has a terrible memory. The bone dust wind is blowing through the crack, stealing all the memories I can't be taken back. The desert is an ocean where the water turned to sand, crushing all the spirit of a broken, tired man. I'm tethered to the emptiness, I'm anchored to the dry, waiting for the mercy of a terrifying sky. The coyotes are quiet tonight. Even they know there's nothing left to hunt. My wife stopped looking out the window a decade ago. Now she just stares at the floorboards, reading the grain of the wood like a holy scripture. The silence in this house is heavier than lead. It presses on your chest until you forget how to breathe. The bone dust wind is blowing through the crack, stealing all the memories I can't be taken back. The desert is an ocean where the water turned to sand, crushing all the spirit of a broken, tired man. I'm tethered to the emptiness, I'm anchored to the dry, waiting for the mercy of a terrifying sky. Growing smaller, the corners fade to black. The doctor packed his leather bag and won't be coming back. The breathing is a labor, a heavy pulling chore. The anchor is detaching from the complicated shore. I feel the temperature begin to slowly drop. The metronome of living preparing now to stop. I see the faces gathering along the edge of bed, the living and the spirits of the long forgotten dead. The grudges and the arguments are suddenly so small, dissolving like a vapor right through the plaster wall. The panic has subsided, replaced by quiet grace, a settling of the features upon my tired face. The embers are just fading in the center of the hearth, the final spark before returning fully to the earth. The journey was a beautiful and terrifying ride, but now I cross the river to the undiscovered side. You do not need to weep for the turning of the page. It is the natural ending of the elemental stage. Release the heavy holding, just let the spirit fly, a quiet disappearing right into the indigo sky. Pain has lost its purchase. The body is a shell, a vehicle abandoned by the soul that knew it well. I hear a distant music that I've never heard before, a melody of welcoming beyond the final door. The light is softly changing, the vision goes to white. Surrender in the shadow, and walking to the light. Just fading out. Wear the white collar like a heavy hemp rope, selling the desperate a sliver of hope. The congregation is singing faces are bright, but my soul is as dark as a starless midnight. I raise up my hands and I bless the front row, while hiding the terrible secret I know. The stained glass is cracked and the altar is cold. The stories I preach are incredibly old. I look at the rafters and pray to the wood, because heaven abandoned this neighborhood. The offering plate is entirely filled with the quiet illusions I carefully build. The pulpit is empty, the shepherd is blind, leaving the truth and the mercy behind. I speak of salvation and rivers of grace, but I cannot look my own God in the face. The echo is loud in this hollowed out room, a beautiful sermon delivered to doom. I'm guiding the sheep to the edge of the steep and praying the Lord gives me something to keep. Comes crying and touching my sleeve, begging for comfort, she needs to believe. I whisper a proverb, I pat her old hand, a master of words I no longer command. The hypocrisy burns like a coal in the chest, a weary old liar who never can rest. The pulpit is empty, the shepherd is blind, leaving the truth and the mercy behind. I speak of salvation and rivers of grace, but I cannot look my own God in the face. The echo is loud in this hollowed out room, a beautiful sermon delivered to doom. I'm guiding the sheep to the edge of the steep and praying the Lord gives me something to keep. Lord, give me something. The shepherd is blind. I woke on broke again, with mud on my shoes, the sink kept dripping like it knew my blow. My pocket had a hole, my jacket had a tear. Mama said, boy, keep walking, but the devil lived there. I seen that blackjack river running cold in me. It took my last good penny, and it took my clean. Blackjack River,
Blackjack River,
take what you can.
take what you can.
Blackjack River,
Blackjack River,
leave me a man. Old dog on the porch, too tired to bark. Moon hung low like a bruise in the dark. The waitress knew my name, the sheriff knew my shame. Even my own shadow wouldn't call my name. I seen that Blackjack River running cold and mean. It took my last good penny, and it took my clean. Blackjack River,
Blackjack River,
take what you can.
take what you can.
Blackjack River,
Blackjack River,
leave me a man. If I gotta crawl, I'll crawl through the rain. If I gotta sing, I'll sing with this pain. One hand empty, one hand burned. I lost the lesson, but I never learned. Blackjack River,
Blackjack River,
take what you can.
take what you can.
Blackjack River,
Blackjack River,
leave me a man. The river is thick with the sediment mud, hiding the iron and hiding the blood. I tied up the anchor with fisherman's twine, and through my mistakes past the county line. The water just swallowed the heavy dispute, but the roots of the cypress are bearing the fruit. I sit on the porch when the evening is damp, lighting the wick of the kerosene lamp. The bullfrogs are quiet, the crickets are dead, the silence is pounding inside of my head. The current is slow, but it never forgets the terrible weight of a sinner's regrets. The muddy water holds the secret deep, but the ghost of the river refuses to sleep. I watch the tide rising right up to the grass, waiting for judgment to finally pass. You cannot submerge what the devil has seen. The water is black and it never washes clean. I'm chained to the bank by a memory of dread, waiting for the river to give up the dead. tipping his hat to a man all alone. He asked how the fishing was going this year. I swallowed the panic and buried the fear, but I saw how he looked at the edge of the shore. He knows that the water is hiding the score. The muddy water holds a secret deep, but the ghost of the river refuses to sleep. I watch the tide rising right up to the grass, waiting for judgment to finally pass. You cannot submerge what the devil has seen. The water is black and it never washes clean. I'm chained to the bank by a memory of dread, waiting for the river to give up the dead. Give up the dead. Never washes clean. Walked for a decade to get to this gate, but the hands on the clock say I'm 10 years too late. The roof has collapsed and the windows are blind, leaving the memories completely behind. The mailbox is rusted and lying in weeds, a monument built to my selfish misdeeds. I promised my mother I'd make her so proud before I vanished right into the crowd. I chased all the silver and chased all the gold, forgetting that people grow weary and old. The fortune I made is just paper and ash, a pitiful pile of meaningless cash. I am standing alone on the ruined front porch, carrying nothing but a burned out torch. The ghosts of my family have moved from the land, leaving me grasping the wind in my hand. You cannot buy time when the hourglass stops, or harvest the love from the ruined old crops. I travel the world just to realize the cost of returning to find that everything's lost. cemetery sits on the crest of the hill. The morning is frosty and perfectly still. I brush off the moss from the carved heavy stone and finally admit I am truly alone. The tears that I cry cannot water the grass or change the reflection inside of the glass. I am standing alone on the ruined front porch, carrying nothing but a burned out torch. The ghosts of my family have moved from the land, leaving me grasping the wind in my hand. You cannot buy time when the hourglass stops, or harvest the love from the ruined old crops. I traveled the world just to realize the cost of returning to find that everything's lost. 10 years too late. Everything's lost. The mosquitoes hum in the heat of the night. A terrible army preparing to bite. The air is so thick you can cut it with knives, while the fever is quietly claiming the lives. Came from the marsh when the wind shifted south and painted the black on the edge of the mouth. The doctor gave up and he boarded his door. He couldn't look down at the suffering anymore. The children are shivering under the sheets, while the sickness is marching right down the dirt streets. The sweat is like ice on the burning hot skin, a biological wage for an unknown sin. The black water fever is taking the toll, sapping the body and drowning the soul. It creeps through the window, it slips through the floor, and knocks with a heavy, invisible hand on the door. You cannot outrun what is carried on air, a suffocating blanket of quiet despair. The swamp is reclaiming the people and land, returning the town to the mud and the sand. desperate and terrified, broken down clan. The gravedigger's hands are all blistered and torn, wishing he never had even been born. The sky is a heavy and poisonous yellow, waiting to swallow the bravest of fellow. The black water fever is taking the toll, sapping the body and drowning the soul. It creeps through the window, it slips through the floor, and knocks with a heavy, invisible hand on the door. You cannot outrun what is carried on air, a suffocating blanket of quiet despair. The swamp is reclaiming the people and land, returning the town to the mud and the sand. Is reclaiming, drowning the soul. My grandfather spoke to the trees in the yard. His mind was a beautiful porcelain scar. My father drank right till his liver gave out, consumed by furious, lingering doubt. I look at my hands and I see the same vein, pumping the blood that is carrying the stains. I moved to the city to sever the root. I bought a new car and a civilized suit, but the shadow is patient, the shadow is deep. It waits till I'm vulnerable, heavy in sleep. It whispers the names of the men who have failed, the ship of our lineage that violently sailed. The family ghost doesn't rattle the chain, it lives in the chemistry inside of the brain, a quiet inheritance passed down the line, turning the water directly to wine. You try to escape, but the tether is strong, singing the verses of the same tragic song. We are born with the anchor already attached, the eggs of the sorrow already are hatched. I stare at the mirror at 3:45 and see the exact same reflection they wore. The eyes are so hollow, the jaw is so tight, preparing to lose an unwinnable fight. I thought I could outrun the generational gun, but the bullet is chambered for every last son. The family ghost doesn't rattle the chain. It lives in the chemistry inside of the brain, a quiet inheritance passed down the line, turning the water directly to wine. You try to escape, but the tether is strong, singing the verses of the same tragic song. We are born with the anchor already attached, the eggs of the sorrow already are hatched. Same tragic song, it lives in the brain.